not say anything if it's warm.
If what?
I said he ain't gonna say anything if he's up there in the back seat and it's warm.
Oh.
So he can sit over there and be cold. That's why I rolled your windows down. Getting cold yet, Ann? You can take it. Cool. So can I. Because I've got heat in this car. Yeah, I can see your breath. It's pretty cold back there.
He's freezing him out. Is it cold in the car, you're asking? Yeah, it's freezing in there. Well, he's got all the windows rolled down and the heat off.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. On January 2nd, 2018, one of the coldest days of the year, a 13-year-old boy took a golf cart without permission that belonged to the apartment complex his mother managed. On his way to Starbucks, his clothing had soaked through due to the inclement weather when Officer Dickerson of the Roswell Police Department pulled him over.
You're driving around in your mom's vehicle?
Yeah, I asked her if I could borrow it. She works at the Roswell.
At the Roswell what?
Up there. So yeah, I asked her if I could borrow it for a few minutes. And she said, yeah, just be safe. And
Okay, you understand that you cannot drive a golf cart down the road, roadway.
I really didn't understand that. So do I have to,
how
like,
old are you?
I'm 13.
You're 13?
Is that wrong?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like a car could slam into the back of you, not realizing
Do
you're...
you want me to drive?
Well, hold on. What? Do you have ID on you or anything like that? What are you doing out here at 13 years old?
I'm going to Starbucks.
You're going to Starbucks? Where does your mom work?
She works up at Roswell. I'm just...
At Roswell what?
Like, down there at Roswell.
Where does she work? What's the name of the business?
The apartments. The Roswell apartments. She, like, is a manager over there.
Okay.
Yeah. This is where I got this from.
So she's the manager over at the apartments.
Yeah.
It's almost 1 a.m. You're 13 years old, and you're out here driving a golf cart on the middle of the roadway.
You want me to take it back?
I'm trying to figure out what exactly you're doing. Do you really think Starbucks is open at 1 a.m.?
Yeah. Taco Bell was open at 1 a.m.
So you got this golf cart from what apartment complex?
Roswell. Down there.
You have no idea what the name of the apartment complex is.
It's called Roswell.
It's called Roswell.
Yeah.
What's the road it's on?
Roswell Road.
All right, go ahead, step out for me.
You want to take the car wide, or you want to turn them off or something?
Come over here to the sidewalk. I don't know, whatever you think. All right, go ahead, take your backpack off. I'm gonna search you before I put you in my car, okay?
The boy is searched for weapons, during which he complains about the cold. About 10 minutes later, he was put into the back seat of the police cruiser, while the officers tried to figure out what to do with the golf cart.
Pull your hand out of your sleeve. All right. You don't have anything illegal on you?
No.
Again, you're not under arrest. I'm just detaining you, okay? Separate your feet.
You're being detained. It means you're not free to leave.
You in okay? It's not going to be super comfortable, okay? Alright, so
How did you actually own this thing?
I don't think he's got dirt all over his knees like he's been crawling. He's in all black.
I don't think he has.
He can't tell me his mom's address, his mom's phone number. He's got a multi-tool in his pocket.
What are you talking about?
This thing, I don't know. What is this thing?
It's a pair of scissors and a little ring.
Okay, well,
Back until y'all figure out somebody to get it or impound. I don't know, whatever you want to do with it, but at least that way it'll be, I can watch it until 5. I mean, probably can't leave it there after that because
I'm not totally convinced that mom let him take this and mom owns
I
this
think
thing.
he totally stole it.
Yeah, I think he did too.
Partially, but I don't know.
All right, so
Hopefully-
now what? We take him up to see if he's telling the truth at mom's?
The officer then drives the cruiser into the parking lot prior to buckling him in.
We're trying to figure out what's going on right now, okay? I'm gonna seatbelt you in.
After about 15 minutes of being in cuffs, the boy alerts the officer that he is losing feeling to his extremities because of how tight the cuffs are.
I can't hear you. What now?
I can't feel my wrist.
You can't feel your wrist? Is it super tight? Have you been back here moving around? Let me see.
Oh.
Okay. So turn your back towards me for a minute, okay? There you go. I'm gonna try and loosen them. Give me just a second.
The officer tries to identify the boy and locate his mother, but he claims that his mother doesn't have a way to be contacted.
My mother's not here.
Your mother's not here? Where is she?
She's on a date.
She's on a date? So you took the golf cart without her permission?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes? Is it really her golf cart?
It was the company's golf cart. But she will let me use it sometimes.
Okay. So where were you really going?
I was driving around.
You were just gonna drive around?
The boy's story doesn't seem to add up, so the officers continue to try to figure out who the golf cart belongs to and where his mother is.
Can you give me your mom's number so I can call her?
She really doesn't have a number.
Okay, is there anybody that I can reach that's a legal guardian of you?
With the mismatched stories, vague information, and inability to locate his mother, the officers consider bringing him to the juvenile detention facility.
Okay, so now he's saying that mom's on a date, mom's not home, mom left him home by himself. He took the golf cart, mom still works at Rosemont, but he took the golf cart because she lets him use it sometimes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try and call dispatch and see if they have a key holder and find out if it's actually her. And
Well, I mean, we might have to wait.
Key holder will
maybe
have
we can
contact
go up
info.
there and see if she's home. I mean, he said he doesn't know the guy she's with. She just goes on these random
Yeah,
dates.
but he's just lying. He's not going to tell you the truth. He hasn't told you the truth since he met you.
Yeah, so I don't know, but he's 13 from what I can tell. I
And
mean,
he's 24.
you think it's 20?
Yeah, I think there's some issues there.
I don't know.
But
And now I'm
I
stuck
think
with it.
it's 13.
Yeah. Guess who you can thank?
Hey, she was sitting right here. She would have seen it in a second.
Yeah, that's true. I would have heard it. I
I
haven't
wasn't sure
wondered
if you were actually. I saw the map, but I didn't know if you were actually still here. If your GPS was like messed up. And
Oh
it
no,
just
yeah, I
showed.
was sitting in the storage unit parking lot.
Yeah, well, the gate's messed up on that storage.
All right, let me call dispatch. Okay, now he's saying he's found the golf cart at the back of a school.
No, it wasn't back in school.
It was where?
Next to school.
Next to a school. Should I read him
Like a
Miranda?
car shop?
I mean, I haven't told him he's in custody.
We just need to get him to his parents. But, and I guess just call a wrecker for the golf cart
Where is the golf cart right now?
down there at Karl P.
All right, you said to get to the school, he says you go all the way up and it's a middle school?
It's up.
You know what he's talking about?
Yeah, just right up Elkin there.
What's the school called?
Elkin Middle.
Elkin Middle?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, what are you doing out at the school in the middle of the night?
That wasn't where he came
Well,
from.
I was literally just walking around.
Where did he come from?
I don't know. I'm saying he
Oh yeah, he was coming straight down 9. All right, where's your mom really
On her date.
on her date?
what's her phone number?
What's her phone number?
Told you.
Okay, what's her phone number? All right, just understand this, that I can't just take you to your apartment and drop you off. That's not how this works. I have to release you to a legal guardian. So you're with me until we figure this out. So what time is your mom supposed to be home from a date?
Like
3 or 4 in the morning? So if I went to your apartment right now and knocked on the door, nobody would answer?
Except it would be open.
I'm sorry?
Except it would probably be open.
Why would it probably be open?
Because I locked my door or sometimes I forget. Things off to me.
I cannot take the handcuffs off of you, no. Because every 10 minutes you tell me a different story, and I don't know what's going on right now. Are you who you say you are? You have no identification on you. Are you really 13 years old?
Yes.
Okay.
If you do the math.
Well, I mean, you could be giving me any kind of birth date. Your mom's not answering her phone, but it's ringing. So either you gave me an incorrect number or her phone's on. Hey, I'm sorry to bother you. It's Dickerson. You're the courtesy officer for Rosemont, correct? All right.
Are y'all missing the golf cart?
So we have what we believe to be a 13-year-old male driving down Alpharetta 9 in a golf cart just now. He's saying his mother is the manager at Rosemont and that she's on a date and we can't get a hold of her. Okay, so her name is Christy. He said to check the shed by the 1300 building, and if there's no golf cart in there, that's where the golf cart came from. Also, he's never heard of Mom's name. So, now what? Should I take him to YDC? Just take him to YDC? Yep, that's looking like our only choice, is to take you downtown to Atlanta. The juvenile detention center? Because if I can't reach Mom, I've got nowhere else to take you. I can't just drop you back off at the apartment.
Eventually, the supervisor, Sergeant Elsie, arrives on scene and begins to question the boy. At about 45 minutes into the incident, Sergeant Elsie rolls down the windows to the cruiser and locks the boy inside, handcuffed, to think for a few minutes, inviting Officer Dickerson into his warm cruiser.
Here's what I'm going to come back and ask you for. Your mother's name, your mother's phone number, and the address where you live. You understand that? Click on it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to move all the way. Facilitate a little. You think for a few minutes about where you live, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Officer Dixon, you can cop in my passenger seat for a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, he ain't gonna say anything if it's warm.
If what?
I said he ain't gonna say anything if he's back there in the back seat and it's warm.
Oh.
So he can sit over there and be cold.
Well, okay.
That's why I rolled your windows down.
Oh.
That's fine.
And
give me a few minutes to think about it.
Should I call an 85 for the golf cart?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let him get a little chill. Maybe that'll work.
Sergeant Elsie has now admitted on body cam that his intent was to create an uncomfortable and possibly dangerous environment to force the boy to talk. 12 minutes later, Sergeant Elsie returns to the child to ask him questions again.
Alright, partner, what's your name? I'm sorry? Getting cold yet, Anthony? You can take it? Cool. So can I. Because I've got heat in this car. So here's where we're at. With the Roswell Police Department. Look at me when I'm speaking to you. My name is Sergeant Elsie with the Roswell Police Department. Okay? You can't be driving a golf cart in the streets. You understand that, right? I'm pretty sure that's not your golf cart. Is that fair to assume? Where did you get the golf cart from? What school? A science school. Where is this science school? Yeah, I can see your breath. It's pretty cold back there. Keep telling me. Speaking of, what's Mom's name? You don't know Mom's phone number. All right, well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna drive to this address you gave me. You live in Alpha. To this address, you're gonna hang tight right here, since you can't remember Mom's phone number. And if I can make contact with Mom, then we'll get some heat going.
After, quote, freezing him out for nearly 20 minutes, the child complains about the tightness of the cuffs once again, nearly an hour after they were put on him.
He's freezing him out.
It's cold out there.
It's chilly, chilly.
18 for wrong way driver.
Aw, man. Is it cold in the car, you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's freezing in there. Well, he's got all the windows rolled down and the heat off. Yeah. It's like on the border. Alright, so what's the verdict?
They're going to step.
Oh, okay. I checked on his cuffs once. They seem
Pop out.
loose enough.
Pop out. I understand that, but I gotta check over the other one.
This one.
The right one?
Yeah. Ah.
I'm gonna loosen it a tiny bit. It's not too tight. Understand that, right? So I'm gonna loosen it just a smidgen.
Throughout the call, the officers also mute or turn off their body cams to have unrecorded conversations.
Huh? Stay over here. Are they having some super secret?
The boy's mother was finally contacted, and he was returned home without charges. Just a few months after this incident, Sergeant Elsie was named Supervisor of the Year, but after local news stations discovered this video through FOIA requests, Sergeant Elsie was placed on administrative leave, but not until July 19th, more than 6 months after the incident, and only after facing public scrutiny. Look at all the good cops on scene, and what the department considered to be their best supervisor that year. The fact that not one of them reported this incident or intervened during it shows that they either think it's okay to treat people this way, including children, or they're afraid to report cruel and unusual punishments inflicted on children because of the possible retaliation they'll face from the department itself or its members. The chief resigned 1 year later, and Sergeant Elsie was demoted to patrol officer. Officer Hill was fired for an unrelated incident while under investigation for this one. Thanks for watching. If you have a video you'd like me to review, email it or send it in via Facebook Messenger. You can also view this and other content on my website. If you're new here, subscribe for future content. If you've been around for a while, remember to like, share, and comment down below of what you think of this interaction. Shirts and other goodies are available at the Teespring store linked below. Channel memberships start at just $1 if you'd like to further support the channel and get a slick lack logo next to your name. I'll see you in the next video. All links are down below.